Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So here we are, Friday. I am always excited about Fridays because we get to do things over the weekend, but I'm also sad is not the right word, but I don't know exactly what the right word is. Owen will be home shortly. Weekends are good for Owen because he gets to go spend time with his grandma on Saturday, generally. And then he gets to go to church on Sunday, generally. And I say that because, life happens. And that is one of the things that I've been trying to explain to Owen is that life happens when you have something else planned. So just because we want to do the things we want to do doesn't mean we get to do the things we want to do. So, he keeps wanting me to 100% verify all of our things. And unfortunately, there's that middle ground of, do I tell him as much as just say, okay, we're doing all the things, and then getting to the moment and saying, oops, sorry, we're not able to do that because it's snowing, it's this, it's that. Well, he knows these things, but yet it's still a lot for him to kind of take in. So even though, even though he knows that snow happens and rains and storms and that kind of thing, it's still not easy for me to explain that these things are truly keeping us from doing something. Or, people have vacations, or they get sick and they can't do something, or. So it's a matter of learning what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and keeping him happy and moving forward without causing him the extra stress of doing or not doing something. And like yesterday, he got he woke up much better mood this morning than he was in yesterday. And he even told me that he was happy he was in a better mood today than he was yesterday. And I love that he can understand that. But he the thought went right out of my head as to why I was explaining this. But I'll have to review what I was saying and then go, oh, okay, that's what I was trying to point out. But this morning, when he woke up, he was in a much better mood. And so it was very hard for him to kind of slip into back and forth between those moments, and knowing again that, he wants to do all of the things, and then explaining to him that we can or cannot do something because of the weather can be very hard on him. Or like his therapist came back yesterday from what he kept calling eternity leave because she had a baby and he wanted her back. And she came back yesterday, and he was extremely happy to see her, but he was also very overwhelmed by just the whole experience, because it was a lot for him to think about, process, take on, deal with, all of the things. But he did amazing. Once he was there, he was able to kind of work through it and process being with her. She said it took him a few minutes, and then they went on. And so this morning he woke up and he talked about that, and it's so incredible to see how he is now handling some of those things that were just way too much for him before, or he couldn't, process. He couldn't process whatever it was that was, in those moments. So there you go, at some point I'll remember there was a big point to this and then gone. That's the fun part about the brain there. So anyways, he is having a good day at school. His teacher let me know, and that is great news for me. Oh, with the weekends, Saturday and Sunday are wonderful for him, but it also creates that kind of like off routine, even though it is routine.
This is a reminder. Get Owen.
There we go. See? He still has like 20 minutes till he gets home, but he wanted me to tell him that he was going to go to his grandma's tomorrow, and I told him yes, except for I can't say 100% because we are getting a lot of rain, and over here, we're in West Virginia, the rains come, and hopefully it's not a bad rain, but they flood in different areas. So, that is a big deal. So hopefully that's not the case, and Owen can go to his grandmama's. So here is my little rooster doodle, or crazy bird, or whatever you want to call him. There he is. So we sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. All right, let's see. I want a little more yellow right here. There we go. Sometimes, All right, thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.